The lesson that went wrong. The alien combat hall was huge, filled with glowing screens and the hum of energy projectors. Rows of alien cadets sat at their desks, their eyes fixed on the towering instructor at the front. The instructor was tall, with 4 insect-like arms and a voice that echoed like metal scraping on stone. He tapped the screen and an image of a human soldier appeared. "This," he began, "is why humans are helpless without weapons." On the screen, a video played of a human soldier being disarmed in battle. The alien opponent easily threw the human to the ground. The cadets laughed, some clicking their mandibles, others making hissing sounds. "To fight, humans need tools," the instructor continued. "Without them, they are nothing." At the back of the hall, a small group of human exchange cadets sat quietly. Most kept their eyes down, but one human was different. He was tall, lean, and had sharp, calm eyes. His name was Alex Carter. As the instructor spoke, Alex's lips curved into a small, knowing smile. The alien cadet sitting next to him noticed. "Why are you smiling?" the alien whispered. "Are you agreeing or laughing at yourself?" Alex glanced at him, his voice quiet but steady. "I'm smiling because he's wrong." The alien frowned, not understanding. The instructor caught the movement and pointed one long finger toward Alex. "Human," the instructor said sharply. "Stand up and explain yourself." Alex rose slowly, his posture relaxed but his gaze steady. "You're wrong," he said simply. The room filled with bursts of alien laughter. Some cadets slapped their desks, others hissed in mockery. "And why is that?" the instructor asked, his tone dripping with sarcasm. "Because weapons are tools," Alex said, "but humans are the weapon." The laughter grew louder, but the instructor silenced them with a gesture. "You think you can fight without weapons?" The instructor asked. Alex nodded. "Yes." The instructor's mandibles twitched in amusement. "Then prove it," he said. He turned to the class and called out a name. From the front row, a massive reptilian cadet rose. His scales were dark green, his body covered in natural armor. He was twice Alex's size, with claws that glinted under the lights. The reptilian stepped forward, cracking his neck and flexing his talons. "This is Raykar," the instructor said, top of his combat class. The alien crowd cheered for Raykar, their voices echoing in the hall. Alex simply took off his jacket, folding it neatly and setting it on the desk. No armor, no shield, no weapon, just his body. The air was thick with expectation. Raykar lunged first, moving with surprising speed for his size. He swung a heavy claw toward Alex's head. Alex ducked, stepping aside with fluid motion. He struck Raykar's side with his palm, right between the armored plates. The reptilian grunted in surprise but kept going. Another strike came, this time aimed at Alex's legs. Alex leapt over it, twisting in the air and landing lightly. His eyes never left Raykar's. The crowd began to quiet as they realized Alex wasn't just avoiding hits. He was controlling the fight. Raykar charged again, but Alex sidestepped and used the alien's momentum. With one sharp move, he swept Raykar's leg and sent the massive reptilian crashing to the floor. Before Raykar could rise, Alex stepped back, giving him space. The reptilian struggled, his breaths heavy, his eyes wide in disbelief. The instructor's expression shifted from smug to unsettled. Alex extended a hand to Raykar, helping him up. "Good fight," Alex said softly. Raykar, still shocked, nodded and muttered, "You fight like no one I've seen." The hall was silent now. Every cadet, every alien eye was locked on the human who had just shattered their belief. Alex walked back to his seat, his jacket over his arm. Before sitting, he turned his head and said one last thing. "Weapons are tools," he repeated, "but humans are the weapon." The silence was heavier than any laughter they had before. No one dared to speak as Alex sat down. Even the instructor, for the first time that day, had nothing to say. But in the back of the hall, Alex's small smile remained, and it carried a quiet promise. This was only the beginning. The mockery turns to silence. The story of Alex's fight spread through the academy like wildfire. By the next morning, the corridors buzzed with whispers. Every alien cadet seemed to know about the human who had defeated Raykar without using a single weapon. Some called it luck, others called it a trick, but all of them were curious. In the cafeteria, groups of cadets turned their heads when Alex walked in. He carried his tray calmly, as if nothing unusual had happened. Ricard was sitting alone at a table, his large frame hunched. When Alex passed, Ricard gave a small nod of respect, and Alex returned it without a word. The exchange was brief, but many saw it, and it planted a seed in their minds. That afternoon, during combat training, the instructor seemed different. He didn't mock humans this time, but there was a sharp edge in his voice. "Today," he announced, "we will test speed, reflex, and endurance." The drills began, and Alex moved with quiet precision. Every dodge, every strike, every counter. It was clear he wasn't just surviving, he was in control. But some cadets weren't satisfied. 3 alien students approached the instructor, whispering something with sly smiles. Moments later, the instructor raised his voice. "Carter," he called, "you will face 3 opponents at once." The crowd murmured, excitement rippling through them. The 3 chosen fighters stepped forward, a tall insectoid with blade-like arms, a muscular avian with taloned feet, and a bulky amphibian with crushing strength. They surrounded Alex in the ring, moving with confidence. This time, one of them hissed, "You will fall." The match began with speed. The insectoid lunged first, its bladed arm slicing the air. Alex sidestepped and pushed its elbow, forcing it off balance. The avian swooped from behind, claws reaching for Alex's shoulder. Without looking, Alex ducked low and rolled away. The amphibian charged from the side, but Alex used the insectoid's body as a shield, making the amphibian slam into its own teammate. Gasps filled the hall. The fight turned into a blur of movement. Alex moved like water, flowing between attacks, striking only when necessary. A trip here, a push there, a well-placed palm strike to a joint. Nothing wasted. Within minutes, all 3 opponents were on the ground, breathing hard, unable to continue. Alex didn't raise his fists in victory. Instead, he stepped forward and offered each of them a hand to stand. The crowd was silent again, unsure how to react. "Why help them?" an alien cadet shouted from the back. Alex looked at the fallen fighters and then at the crowd. "Because strength means nothing without honor," he said. The words hung in the air. Some cadets shifted uncomfortably, others frowned. It wasn't the kind of thing they were taught in this academy. Here, victory meant humiliation for your opponent, not respect. Later that day, Alex was in the courtyard training alone. He practiced movements, fast, precise strikes, and swift defensive steps. A few alien cadets watched from the shadows, studying him. They didn't understand how someone without claws, scales, or natural armor could move with such confidence. One of them whispered, "Maybe humans aren't as weak as they told us." But in the high offices of the academy, the instructor spoke in low, worried tones. If word spread too far, the long-told belief that humans were fragile would crumble. And if it crumbled, the Galactic War Council's hold over many systems might weaken. They needed control, and control often depended on lies. That evening, the instructor who had mocked Alex the day before approached him. "You are making waves, Carter," he said, his voice tight. "Some waves can sink ships." Alex wiped sweat from his brow and replied calmly, "Then maybe the ships weren't built strong enough." The instructor stared at him for a long moment before walking away. Alex watched him go, knowing the days ahead would not be peaceful. But he wasn't here just to defend himself. He was here to change something far bigger, to show the galaxy that humans were never truly unarmed. That night, as Alex sat in his quarters, a small light blinked on his comm device. It was a message with no sender name. 3 words appeared on the screen. "They will come." Alex's smile returned, the same quiet smile from the first day. If they were coming, he would be ready. Whispers in the academy. By the next morning, the academy felt different. The halls were alive with whispers that faded whenever Alex walked by. Some cadets glanced at him with respect, others with suspicion, but no one laughed at him anymore. In the cafeteria, Alex ate quietly at a corner table. Across the room, a group of alien cadets watched him with narrowed eyes. They weren't just curious, they were planning something. One of them, a tall insectoid, tapped its claw on the table and murmured, "We'll see if the human can smile after this." Meanwhile, in the instructor's office, the academy's head combat trainer met with 2 senior officers. "He's becoming a symbol," one officer warned. "Our students are questioning the teachings." The instructor frowned. One human should not be able to undo years of doctrine. Then make sure he doesn't, the officer replied coldly. That afternoon, Alex trained alone in the open courtyard. The sun cast long shadows across the ground as he moved through his drills. Each motion was sharp and precise. A kick here, a sweep there, a sudden twist to block an invisible strike. A few alien cadets stood at a distance, pretending to talk but clearly studying him. A voice interrupted his focus. "You fight well, human." Alex turned to see Raykar, the reptilian he had defeated in his first match. The big alien stepped closer, his tone free of mockery. "I want to spar again," Raykar said. "Not for pride, for learning." Alex considered for a moment and then nodded. The two began moving slowly at first, exchanging light strikes and counters. A small crowd gathered, watching every step. Raykar moved with more discipline than before, but Alex still flowed around his attacks. At one point, Alex paused to explain a movement, showing Raykar how to balance his weight to avoid being thrown. This confused the watching crowd. Why would a fighter teach his opponent in the middle of a match? But when Alex said, "A strong opponent makes you stronger too," some cadets began to understand. The session ended with both of them bowing in respect. But before Alex could leave, the tall insectoid from the cafeteria stepped forward with two other cadets, a lithe, fox-like alien and a hulking amphibian. "You fight well," the insectoid said. "Let's see how well when it's 3 against 1. The crowd gasped. Alex's gaze moved between them, calm and steady. "If you want to learn, I'll teach," he said. "If you want to test me, I'll still stand." The fight began in a flash. The fox-like alien darted in first, her movements fast and unpredictable. Alex sidestepped, letting her momentum carry her forward, then redirected her with a light shove. The amphibian swung a heavy fist from the side, but Alex ducked under it, causing the strike to smash into the insectoid's armor instead. The crowd shouted in surprise. Alex weaved between them, never staying in one spot for long. He used quick strikes to joints, low kicks to unbalance, and sudden twists to throw them off their footing. Within moments, the fox-like alien was on one knee, the amphibian staggered, and the insectoid's stance was broken. Alex didn't finish them with a final blow. Instead, he stepped back and raised his hands. "Enough," he said. "You've learned more in this fight than you would from 100 drills." The insectoid's eyes narrowed, but it said nothing. The fox-like alien, breathing hard, gave a small nod of acknowledgement. The amphibian just grunted, but there was no insult in his voice. That night, in the sleeping quarters, Alex received another anonymous message. This time it read, "The Council has heard of you." He leaned back on his bed thinking, the Galactic War Council was not known for casual interest. If they were watching him, it meant trouble. In the shadows outside his room, two figures whispered, "We can't let this go further," one said. "If the cadets start believing in humans, the balance will break." The other replied, "Then we end it before it spreads." Alex, lying in the dark, opened one eye. He had heard them, and his small, calm smile returned. If they thought they could end him quietly, they had forgotten one truth. Humans were never truly unarmed, the challenge from above. The news of Alex's victories reached far beyond the Academy walls. The Galactic War Council, the highest military authority in the galaxy, took notice. They did not like what they heard. A human was defying their long-held beliefs. A human was winning without weapons. The council called a secret meeting. Their leader, a cold and calculating figure known only as Commander Varric, was sent to the academy. Varric was a cyborg warrior, famous for never losing a fight. His body was half machine, half alien flesh. His eyes glowed red, scanning everything and everyone. When Varric arrived at the academy, the halls grew quiet. Cadets stopped their training to watch the feared commander walk through the corridors. He was tall, imposing, and radiated power. He came with one purpose: to test the human, and called Alex Carter. The academy prepared for the public match. Screens were set up all over the galaxy so everyone could watch. The betting was heavy. Almost no one believed Alex could win. Varric was known for crushing his enemies quickly, without mercy. The day of the fight arrived. The crowd filled the arena with excited energy. Alex stepped into the ring calmly, his eyes steady and focused. Varric entered next, his mechanical limbs moving with precise power. The fight began with a roar. Varric attacked first, throwing powerful punches and kicks. His movements were strong but mechanical, predictable. Alex watched carefully, waiting for the right moment. With a quick dodge, Alex avoided a heavy punch and grabbed Varric's arm. Using Varric's own momentum, he twisted the cyborg's limb. Varric growled in surprise but quickly recovered. Alex moved fast, striking weak points on Varric's armor and joints. Every hit was calculated, efficient. Varric countered with a spinning kick, but Alex caught his leg and flipped him over. The crowd gasped in shock. Varric hit the ground hard but was not defeated. He rose quickly, more careful now. Alex smiled. He knew this was the moment to end the fight. He used a move he had learned long ago, a sudden, unexpected strike to Varric's sensor. Varric froze for a second, then staggered. Unable to see clearly, Alex stepped back and raised his fist. The crowd was silent, waiting. Varric fell to one knee, his glowing red eyes dimming. The fight was over. The silence broke with cheers. For the first time, many cadets saw a human defeat a legendary cyborg commander. Even Varric nodded in respect, his voice low but clear. "You fight with the skill of many warriors, human," he said. "I am impressed." The victory sent shockwaves through the galaxy. If one human could defeat the greatest cyborg warrior without weapons, what could an army of them do? Whispers turned into questions. The old lies about human weakness began to crumble. Back in the council chambers, anger spread like wildfire. "This cannot continue," a senior officer growled. "If we allow humans to rise, our power will end." They planned to stop Alex before his influence grew, but Alex was ready. He understood the risks. He smiled quietly and prepared for the next challenge. The fight for truth had only just begun. The Empire's worry. The Galactic Empire was not happy. For years, they had taught the galaxy that humans were weak and easy to control. Alex's victories shattered that belief. Now, soldiers and cadets whispered his name in secret. They began to question everything they had been told. High above the academy, in a dark metal chamber, the Empire's leaders gathered around a glowing table, their faces hard and cold. "We cannot let this continue," said one leader, his voice sharp. "If the cadets start believing humans are strong, our control will fall apart." Another leader nodded. "We must act before it spreads like wildfire." They agreed to ban humans from all combat programs. They would remove Alex and erase his influence. The Academy's headmaster was given strict orders. He called Alex to his office. "Your victories are causing problems," the headmaster said quietly. "The Empire wants you to stop fighting." Alex looked up, calm and steady. "Why should I stop telling the truth?" he asked. "The truth scares them," the headmaster replied. "Your strength threatens their power." Alex stood. "If you teach lies about my people, I will keep proving the truth." The headmaster sighed but said no more. He knew Alex was not easily silenced. Word spread quickly. Some cadets supported Alex. They admired his courage and skill. Others feared the Empire's wrath. Tensions grew inside the academy walls. One night, as Alex trained alone in the courtyard, he noticed shadows moving nearby. A group of elite soldiers approached, their faces hidden. They were sent to warn him, "Stop or suffer the consequences," their leader said coldly. Alex did not flinch. He smiled quietly, the same smile from the first day. "If they want to fight, I will give them one," he said softly. The soldiers left without another word. But Alex knew the danger was real. The Empire feared not just his skill, but what he represented, a change that could not be stopped easily. The next days were tense. The academy felt like a battlefield without weapons. Cadets whispered plans and warnings. Some began training harder, inspired by Alex. Others watched carefully, waiting for the Empire's next move. In the darkness, the Empire prepared. Their plans were secret and deadly. They wanted to end the challenge quietly before it became a war. But Alex was ready. He was not alone. The hope of many rested on his shoulders, and he would not fail. The fight they never wanted. Night had fallen over the academy. The moon cast long shadows across the training grounds. Most cadets were asleep, but Alex was still awake, training quietly under the stars. His movements were calm but powerful, every strike and step filled with purpose. Suddenly the silence was broken. Shadows moved swiftly from the dark. A team of elite soldiers appeared, their eyes cold, their weapons hidden but ready. They were sent by the Empire to stop Alex. Without hesitation, Alex dropped his training stance and faced the attackers. The fight was fierce and fast. The soldiers struck from all sides. Alex dodged and blocked with skill, born from years of hard work. His body moved like water, flowing and changing with every attack. One soldier charged with a heavy blade. Alex caught the arm and twisted. The soldier dropped his weapon with a grunt. Another soldier lunged from behind, but Alex spun and used the attacker's momentum to throw him to the ground. The fight raged on. Alex was outnumbered but never outmatched. He used everything he had learned: speed, strength, and most of all his mind. His strikes found weak spots in the enemy's armor. His movements were precise and quick. Despite the pain from bruises and cuts, Alex never stopped smiling. His smile was calm, confident, and unbroken. It was the smile of someone who believed in himself and his people. When the last soldier fell, the training ground was silent once more. Alex stood alone, breathing hard but victorious. He looked up at the stars and whispered, "They tried to break me, but they only made me stronger." The news of the attack spread quickly through the academy. Cadets were shocked by the Empire's bold move. Some admired Alex's strength and courage. Others feared the consequences of challenging the Empire. But inside the academy, something had changed forever. The students no longer saw humans as weak or helpless. Alex had shown them a new truth, that humans fought with heart, skill, and honor, even without weapons. The headmaster, who once warned Alex to stop, now watched him with a different look. There was respect in his eyes, but also worry. He knew the fight was far from over. Outside the academy, rumors began to swirl. Whispers of rebellion and change filled the dark corners of the Empire. The galaxy was waking up, and the man who smiled in the face of danger was at the center of it all. The smile that changed the galaxy. The day had come. The Galactic War Council arrived at the academy with a large force. Their ships blocked the sky, casting shadows over the training grounds. The leaders demanded one thing: Alex Carter must be removed. But when the council's envoys entered the academy, they were met by a surprising sight. Hundreds of cadets, aliens and humans alike, stood together, their eyes fierce, their voices united. They refused to let Alex go. The headmaster stepped forward, his voice steady. "These students stand with Alex because he has shown them the truth." He looked at the council and said, "Your lies have no place here anymore." Alex stepped out fees. Roamed the crowd, his smile calm and quiet. He looked at the council members and said, "You still believe humans are helpless without weapons? Try me." The council hesitated. They realized that forcing Alex out could start a war that no one wanted. The students were ready to fight, not with weapons, but with their courage and will. For the first time, the galaxy saw a new power rising, not from machines or weapons, but from the strength and spirit of humans. Alex's smile spread through the crowd. It was a smile of hope, of change, of victory. The students cheered, aliens and humans together, united by a new belief. The council slowly withdrew. They knew this was only the beginning. The story of the human who stood unarmed but undefeated would spread across the stars. Alex became a symbol, proof that strength comes from within, that humans are never truly unarmed, and that sometimes all it takes is one smile to change a galaxy.